happens when no one's listening? Forget the noise, the narratives, and the nonsense. It's time to have real conversations, stand up, speak out, and shine a light on what's really happening inside our schools, our systems, and our government, and what it really means for your family. This is the Lindsey Beckham Show, where we believe in truth over talking points, facts over feelings, and the courage to say what others won't. Because when it comes to our kids, silence is not an option. Only in America, dreaming.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome into the Lindsey Beckham Show. We are live here in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. As always, you can find us on your FM radio dial 103.9 and catch the audio version at WIB.com. That's 50,000 watts streaming across the state of Mississippi. I'm so excited today. Yesterday I was here. I've been producing the Kim Wade Show this week. Cliff's out gallivanting in Florida somewhere, having the time of his life. And so I've been here with Kim and producing for him. And he had a guest on yesterday and she walked in. I was like, no way. So this is my friend Reshma, and I'm so proud of her. She's been someone that, even though younger than me, I've always looked up to because she has the sweetest spirit, and she fell in love with a country that I also fell in love with. She's got a big event coming up this Saturday. I pulled out my Reshma's Home t-shirt today. I haven't worn it in a while, but it was cool enough and it's long sleeves. I was like, well, this is just perfect. So I'm a huge supporter of Reshma and her nonprofit, and I'm going to let her just tell you all about it. Just pull that mic kind of face it. There you go, facing your mouth. Yeah.
I might take it out for sure. I'll pay you later for all the nice things that you just said. Yeah, well, I'm Reshma. And yesterday was definitely a last minute thing for me to be on that show. And then for you to be producing 100% is a God thing.
Yes.
But I mean, when's the last time that we got to even catch up? I don't know. I know
It's been a while.
Yes, a long time. And a lot of life has happened.
Yes, it has.
And I'm always running around like crazy when I am in the States. But the event that Lindsey was referring to is this Saturday. What is today? Today's
Thursday.
Yes. So in 2 days, May 2nd, at Park East in Weisenberg, we are having our 3rd annual 5K run, walk, or fun run.
And we've tried to do this the last 2 years, too.
Yes, we have. And it's always been
something's always happened.
But I was like, we're going to make this happen for sure. And then we also have a block party. So like if you don't want to run or walk and you want to be, just a part of a fun day. Yeah. I'm not going to even run and walk. And everyone's like, are you going to beat your time? I'm like, I'm not racing. Like I'm going to be there just hanging out with people. But we'll have the community block party. So lots of vendors, food trucks. Less healthy, but we also have the health fair happening, Gluckstadt's 2nd annual health fair. We combine the events just to like get our efforts together, get the community together. So there's going to be lots of clinics and CrossFit, like gym representation, and then health and nutrition.
I'll skip
just
that
all
part.
kinds
Just go to
of
the
things.
food trucks.
We'll have them separated out so you can have a taste of each, really. But we definitely want to invite everybody out, and that's why I was on here yesterday, was just to talk about why we even do a fundraiser in general. And that's really my like full-time thing, is like raising awareness and trying to raise funding for my nonprofit, Reshma's Home. And I did not name it. And I have to say that every single time because I never want it to sound like prideful or arrogant. But the behind the scenes story is that I couldn't have it if I didn't name it that.
Y'all know I have 5 kids. And so I've always handed a baby over to Reshma. She's like, I don't know what to do with this. Now she has a home full of babies. I love it.
Yes. And I don't have any kids of my own. Everybody always asks that, but I do feel like I have children literally everywhere that I get to spend time with and pour into, either my friends' kids or the kids overseas. And I always still attempt to try to pack some of them in my suitcase as well, but
Yes.
it hasn't worked yet. And I also don't want to go to prison for a long time. So
Yeah,
especially in the world that we live in right now.
Right. Or especially prison over there.
God, no. God, yeah. Please, no. Please, no. But yeah, so we didn't even have a plan of what we were talking about. We just said we wanted to talk about what we're doing this weekend, and then really what Reshma's Home is.
Yes. And
And Reshma's home, I will say, is not here locally, but that's what we do in the States, is raising the awareness and the funding. But Lindsey has been to the place where Reshma's home is, and I was trying to convince her yesterday to come back and see all the expansion. I mean, there's so much growth in the villages and the people. And then obviously we have a whole nother building. We have medical centers. We have all kind of stuff and outreach.
Amazing.
And so we're finally getting prayerfully to where we can start taking teams again anyways. So I'm excited to be able to, I mean, you know, you don't know until you go, like what's going on, what it's really like. I mean, yes, it's impoverished and all the things like that you can see online, but you can't see like the people's heart like you can when you're there. You can't see their hospitality when you're there. I mean, you don't go somewhere and not get fed, not get tea, not get invited to somebody's home, even though it's literally the size of like where I'm sitting.
Right.
But you're going to pile in, and it's the best place. And since people can see me this time, they couldn't see me. I'm not from there. And everybody thinks that I am just going back home to like see my family, while I do have now family there. It's not blood family. It's definitely spirit family, and just like being able to be all in to like save the children and save people out of trafficking, save people out of, I mean, literally the evils in this world that we see here also. But I got exposed to it way more there and developed a heart for it. And I didn't ask for it.
I don't think you can go and see the things that you see and not come back with a heart for
change somehow, whatever that looks like, even if it's just like how you live day to day. I mean, you come back more grateful for everything that we have here. Like, yes, there's broken systems and broken everything, but we have no idea how good we have it here. Even like women, and I'm not like an feminist or, you know, all the things. It's just like, we don't even realize the rights we have here. And until I got to see that, I mean, I'm a very independent, like I'm going to get stuff done, I don't need anybody type of person until it comes to that. And I'm like, thank God for like men who step into their calling and like really rise up and fight for people that can't, for women that rise up and fight for people that can't. Like, it's all about having a voice for those that don't yet have a voice. And so getting exposed to that, it's like, a voice, how can you not do something, you know? So
in the Bible, and this is one of my favorite verses, is that God calls us to be a voice for the voiceless and to protect our most vulnerable. And when you walk into a situation like that and you see just on the streets, parents who will physically cut off limbs of their children so that their children can go out and beg and look more pitiful
and bring money in,
and bring money in.
And there's not like a ton of jobs, and there's not. So I will say, when we get into the history of it, I went there thinking with my Western mindset, like, do better, like get off the streets, get out of the brothels, go do something productive with your life. And like, we even see a lot of that around us, but like, we don't realize the places people come from and the background that they're in and the generational curses that they come from, and like the things spoken over them and then or done to them.
And they don't know anything else.
No. And like, literally, people are just known as either beggars or street children or whatever it looks like. Like, they're labeled, and that is the identity they carry. And I mean, we literally, as Christ followers, are, and I'm sure there's people listening that aren't, but like me, myself, when I became a Christ follower, it was because I finally knew my identity. And like, it didn't matter that I came from a home where my father was abusive and we had to be on the run. It didn't matter. Like, none of that, like the orphan spirit that was in me was completely replaced. And God literally was telling me, like, I am beloved, I am chosen, like I am his daughter. And so how much more then does he want to say that to them? And so that's the vessel that we have to be, is willing to go out and see completely past where they're at now. If it's on the street begging, or if it's whatever it is, like, there's such a powerful story that could come out of their life. And it's literally one conversation, one prayer, one hug, one just like eye contact literally with them to let them know that they're seen and chosen. That changes literally everything. It changes everything.
I think about my story, and you know, if I had lived there and was widowed at 31 years old with kids, you know, here I have Social Security. Here I'm working 3 part-time jobs to serve, to make it and to provide for my kids. That would not be possible there. Yeah, I wouldn't have a chance.
Yeah, widows, barren, I mean, divorced,
you name it, like garbage.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be the ones that you see begging and coming up to the car and not honoring, you know, personal space, like because that's they don't have another choice. Like that's literally, they are at their last resort. And for even just a conversation with them literally means such a drastic difference. And so I don't want to use this time to like talk about how great we have it versus them, but it's like, there's a reason we have the resources we have, the story we have, the authority we have, what we do here. And I'm not telling everybody to get on a plane and go. I mean, obviously, if that's what you feel called to do, go. But there is something that each of us can do here. And like, even if it's just speaking to the next generation and like speaking their worth, speaking their identity, like the kids all around us have no idea, like loved and precious and chosen they are. And I mean, I don't want to blame our phones, but like we literally think we have the world at our fingertips and we have access to a lot of things, but like there's literally only one access that we need. And we literally put God aside and think I'll, entertain the world. And I mean, we're entertaining things that literally are tearing us apart and causing division and putting so much between a person to a person instead of like looking at somebody and seeing their humanity and not the things that they're choosing to do. Like I suck as a human. Like I suck I do. Like when you look at like the grand scheme of things, that the opportunities that I've had and like different, like I look back and if it were just me, like I would be technically on the street begging, but because of God's grace and mercy, he literally chooses to use the least of these. And I am one of them. And so it's like, when I see somebody, I don't see them as the person that's sucking currently. It's like, what is the future and destiny that you have? And how can I call that out? How can I call that out of you so that you can rise up to that? Because
God doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called.
Yep. And he saw and formed us in our mother's womb. But like, are we stepping into the identity that he chose for us? Or did we go off our own free will? Because that's the beauty of following Jesus, is that it is a choice. But it's also terrifying because when we start choosing our will, we end up in places and with people and doing things that we were never meant to do or never meant to stay in. And like, there is a deep longing and hunger in each of us that we don't even know how to fill because we're trying to fill it with likes and following and political status and like all this stuff. And like, there's literally only one thing that matters, and it's loving each other, loving him. And like, that's it. It's so simple. And we make it this overly complicated thing. And so anyways, that's a whole nother tangent that I could go all the way down, but that's
so
not
true.
why we're here.
It's so true though. I want to get into, we're going to take a break real quick, but I want you to tell, why this means so much to you and what you believe God is using you to do there when you live here. And we're going to break that down when we get back, but y'all stay with us. There's so much more to discuss here. We are joined by Reshma. Now, I've been saying your last name wrong for many. I always said Bangar. I guess it's Bangar, but now it's not even your last name anymore.
Yeah. Bangar is normal here. Like that's what I'm used to hearing. But
all right. Well, y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here on WIAB 103.9, the Lindsey Beckham Show. Don't go anywhere. Here on WIAB 103.9, the Lindsey Beckham Show. Don't go anywhere.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WIAB.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
We think diamond prices in most jewelry stores are downright scary.
That's why at Juniker Jewelry Company, we're doing something about it.
Because right now,
Through Saturday, May 2nd, you can buy directly from the Diamond Cutter. It's the Diamond Expo at Juniker Jewelry Company.
Our diamond cutters are flying in fresh production of certified diamonds, every size, shape, and price range. It's the Diamond Expo.
3/4 carat diamonds for less than $1,250.
1 carat's starting at $2,500.
And 2 carat diamonds for less than $10,000.
Plus, qualified buyers get up to 12 months financing, interest-free.
Guys, this is how you buy a diamond.
Juniker's 2026 Diamond Expo. Save hundreds, even thousands, directly from our cutters.
But hurry, it all ends this Saturday at 6 p.m.
And I'll be there to shake your hand.
Juniker Jewelry Company. We're at 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and online at junikerjewelry.com, Mississippi's direct diamond importer.
When pain or injury slows you down, relief is closer than you think. At Hometown Medical, we now carry professional-grade orthopedic gel wraps. Our wraps give you 360 degrees hot or cold compression therapy. We also carry Actimove braces made with CoolMax Air technology. From light slide-on supports to hinge wraparound knee braces, we've got brace options for ankles, knees, backs, shoulders, and wrists. Hometown Medical has you covered with our gel wraps and braces. Discover the relief you deserve.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
Sun coming up.
Welcome back into the Lindsey Beckham Show. We are live here in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios, joined by a very special person who I think deserves all the kudos in the world. You are an amazing, great human being, regardless of what you say. But
well, thank you.
We have Reshma here. Now, she did not name her nonprofit. That was Samuel.
Yep.
And I'm going to let Reshma tell you who Samuel is and how the name came to be. So
Yeah.
Reshma, you go.
So just in general, you want just a very
Well,
quick.
Yeah, I guess kind of there's so much more to this.
Yeah.
And we don't have time to tell it all.
Yeah.
I wish that we did, but you can give us the condensed version. One day we'll do like a long form podcast and you can tell every detail.
Well, you let me know if there's details I leave out because you know the story just as well. But Reshma is a nonprofit that doesn't operate like brick and mortar here. The thing that we do here is raising awareness, funding, all of the things. But overseas in Southeast Asia, there is a man named Samuel, and I came into relationship with him as literally a father figure, spiritual father, and just like the most loving, kind human like in the world. I don't even know a better way to describe him. And he was doing so much work and still is. He's literally in books for being a persecuted Christian in a country that you're not allowed to talk about Jesus. And
sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night, like I'll have a nightmare and I'll think, you still get that scared little kid feeling.
Yeah.
But I know Samuel's on the other end of the world and it's daytime there, and I'll text him and he'll pray for me. And
he does. Absolutely. Oh, your name is still like everybody that has ever been there or has ever requested prayer while somebody's there, your name is like listed, printed on the board. And like, we are praying like morning and night for people. I mean, and I can't even imagine how sweet it is for God to hear these little children pray for people they've never met, like never anything. So when you say pray for me, he's already, but he's doing it even more but yeah, we could go on and on about Samuel and his story, but long story short, I was running from a lot of things from a really bad marriage. And I really just didn't feel like I had purpose. I didn't feel like I had really anything to live for, not in a like take me out type of way, but like, what's the point of even living at that point? Didn't have a true relationship with God. But I faked it because we live in the Bible Belt and everybody goes to church and everybody goes to Wednesday youth and blah, blah, blah. And I knew how to fake it. But I had the opportunity to go overseas, and I went the first time while I was still married and met Samuel. I went the second time when I got divorced, and was literally on the run from that. And Samuel asked me to start pouring into the women to places he couldn't go because of just how Southeast Asia operates and the things he's not allowed to like go be a part of. And one of those things
he's hunted almost. I mean, they know.
Yeah, he's very much like even still to this day. And it's the grace of God that like he's able to go out and do and be. And I mean, I can't even imagine the house that he has in heaven, like waiting for him, like the mansion that he has, just from the persecution. But so in talking to him, I'm sitting here thinking like, how could I ever fill the shoes that you're trying to like build for me, like go out and do all these things. But he allowed me to go into the brothels, and I went in, like I was saying earlier, with a Western mindset and wanted to tell them, you know, get off your butt, go do something else, like make a better future for you and your children. Like, what are you thinking? And
I gotta say real quick, look, now I thought I was being brave by going, and then I hear Reshma's going to go into the brothels, and I was thinking, should she be doing that? I mean, I've been over there, I've seen what it's like. Like, I don't know if I would. Look, I didn't feel scared when I was there. I felt brave and like God's with me, but I think I would have drawn a line at the brothels.
So what's wild is the brothels is not the worst place I've been there. Like, honestly, they are some of the most loving and welcoming people. And I mean, once again, what we were talking about before, it's you connect with them on just a human level. And like, that's all it takes. But at that time, I went in with my young, angry mindset of like, get out of this. And that's when I learned that none of them were there by choice. Like, I didn't meet one person there that was there by choice. They were either sold there, they were born there, and like literally started working in the brothel at such a young age. They were injected with hormones, with literal cow and horse hormones, so that they could develop quicker, so that they're the people over them. I know a lot of times here we call them like Johns or whatever, but there it's a lot of madams, and it's their grandmothers and people that they were related to or whatever. And of course, they truly think that these people are taking care of them. Like, they give them a place to stay and food and like the bare minimum to survive. And a lot of times when they were born there, they don't have a last name, so they can't go out and make a name. They can't go to school. They can't do anything, like anything that the country could offer. They were not going to be the ones to go. So it was literally a slap in my face, a big, humble wake up call of like, who do you think you are coming to tell these people like what they should and shouldn't do? And it wasn't until they started asking me to take their, like, they were so willing to give me like that day their children. Mind you, I had just went through the divorce. I was living in somebody's barn. I had zero money. I was on the run. So how am I going to take care of me and however many kids they were about to start giving me? And one of the moms said she literally just the year before had given birth to a little girl and decided to throw her over into the water because it's on this little, basically a current that goes into a dump. And she would rather sacrifice her child than to make them grow up, because that's her story. Like, she had to grow up in that and she had no other choice. And so she basically was asking me, if you're willing to do something for us, like, take our kids. And that was
like, I had a hard time getting Reshma to hold my baby.
Yeah. Like and I mean, even there, you couldn't at the time adopt and bring them over here. So I'm like logistically trying to think through what in the world. I mean, I came in thinking we were having a job fair and yet left feeling so burdened and angry and mad at God. Like,
why did you bring me here?
How could such a good God do this and allow this and watch this? And like, if it's breaking my heart like this when I'm not a mom, how can you, being a father that gives good gifts to your children, give this destiny? And so I battled with that, wrestled with that. And there's so many other points to this, but going back to the house, I literally, to Samuel's house where he had an orphanage at the time as well. And it was, I mean, already running so smoothly. I knew that I wanted to do more, but after he sent me there, I was angry at him for sending me there because it's like, why did you even allow me to go in and do this?
See that when I can't do it, I can't help. I can't.
But he knew what he was doing because him and God are like this.
They talk.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
They talk.
But when I got home that evening, I literally ran to my room. I mean, temper tantrum. Like if I could be fist on the ground, I would have been. But I slammed the door, didn't eat dinner with the family, like didn't do anything. And literally told God, like, get me out of this country. Like, I would rather go back to my safe little bubble and not know anything about this. Like, why did you bring me here? And that's when he continued to wake me up. I had had dreams previously that had come to pass. And he kept waking me up. And I had learned from those other dreams to start writing it down. And so I drew out, I couldn't even write down. I just drew out the picture he kept giving me. And I knew it was a blueprint of sorts. I had no idea what it meant. There wasn't like writing on it. It was just blueprint. And I went to sleep. And when I got up the next morning, Samuel was sitting across from me. And he was just sobbing, and he's the most joy-filled person. Like if he's quiet, something's wrong. Like he is very like wants to know how you slept, like how, all the things. And he was just sobbing. And so I'm apologetic. Like, I'm sorry. I came back. Like, yeah, like I felt so bad. Like I'd let my dad down. Like that's what it felt like. And so I'm overly apologizing. Like, I'm so sorry. You have no idea the week that I just had. Like, I just needed to go and be by myself and like cuss and scream out to God. Like I was just so mad. And he just slid me over a little sheet of paper, and it was the exact drawing that I had drawn. And I literally was just like, what is this? Like speechless. Like, and he had not been in my room. That was the night before.
I just get the chill bumps just take over my body every single time I hear you say
Me too. And I'm just now getting to the point where I'm not like just ugly crying where we have to pause every 5 seconds to like talk about it. Because I've seen all that God's done and brought through dreams to pass. But he literally slid it over, and he was just like, the whole time you were gone, like I kept having this reoccurring dream, and it kept like more and more was revealed to him. And he was like,
you see these two sheets of paper side by side, it will blow your mind.
Exactly this. I mean, my drawing's terrible, but they're exactly the same. Like to the rooms where they're supposed to be, all the things. And he said, this is your home. He said, but I've already talked to the villagers. We've already put all of the land together, and like land there is still so, I mean, I know land here is a big deal, but like land there is literally their whole inheritance. Like that is their family's everything. So for them to sacrifice that, I don't even know what was said to them. Like I still to this day have no idea, like the speech that was given to give their land. And like he had already occupied it and got it for me.
And to put it into perspective, this country is about the size of Alabama. The amount of people in the entire United States inside.
So overpopulated.
Right. It's like putting everyone in this country inside Alabama.
Yes. I mean, you're on top of each other. And so to have a piece of land for yourself and not be on top of everybody is a big deal. So for them to give that up was like, well, I better do something about it at this point. And he said, but to keep it, you have to call it Reshma's home. Like he had already documented like,
so that's why she said she didn't name it.
Yes. And I feel like I have to say that all the time. I hate advocating for me, and I'm like, but I have to remember I'm advocating for them. And so he told me, he was just, and we didn't really say a whole lot of words. Like there was no planning. There was no anything. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? Like okay, I have land, but like you have to have a building and you have to have money, and I live in a barn. So like, what am I going to do? And my mission team was actually coming to meet me there to finish out the last of my couple of days. And I tried not to come home, but they were like, you've got to get, if this truly is from the Lord, like you've got to get it out, get word out, like people will get behind you. And so I did a really small, like I think it's like 10-minute video, and it went out. And I mean, we literally had it fully funded and groundbreaking in November of 2018, and started welcoming girls in from the brothels, from the streets, from the begging like sections of the city and the villages. And I mean, it's grown even so much since then. Of course, we had COVID happen, and like we had to, I mean, everything, policies, all, I mean, if we had medical crisis, you can imagine them not even having medical anything. But even since then, like we've brought in so many, I mean, we have widows that are on staff. Like my sister became a widow. Like I say, my sister, she's not blood again, but Samuel's daughter became a widow in the middle of this. And like part of the whole vision was that we would employ these widows so they wouldn't go to the brothel or go to the street or go to begging. And so it was like,
shout out to Lorna.
Yes.
We love
and
you.
Lorna is literally, I mean, I couldn't do any of this without her. I mean, she is her father replicated, she's a little bit, we always laugh because she's a little bit more loud and like outspoken.
I was about to say, she's strong-willed.
Yes. And I mean, what better protector for the girls and role model for them that they are growing up in a country that doesn't give credit to women, but then they see Lorna who goes and gets a degree in a whole completely different thing and then calls me the day that her husband passed away. And she was just like, maybe I was the widow in your vision. Like maybe I was the widow that was supposed to take care of him. And I was like, you absolutely are. Like, please go. And she's remarried now. And thank God for her husband. But like, I was
destined to get her to the United States. I was trying to find a plan to get her here.
And see, that's what we do. We pick apart God's plan and we're like, but we can make it better if we do. And that's the thing. I remember thinking, I'll get all these girls and bring them over and let people adopt them here. And like, it's beautiful because so many people want to, but like, those girls were placed in the country that they're in the villages that they're in the homes that they came from, the traumatic, awful stories that they came from, so that they could rise up and literally give a voice to the people around them. Like they came out of literal ashes, like homes being burned down, everything, having nothing. They came out of the brothels. And I mean, I knew throughout scripture, like who God used. And I was like, why not them? Like, why wouldn't he use them? So like my mind has completely shifted of like, I've got to go save and be a rescuer and a savior. But like, no, God loved them more than I could ever love them. And like literally got the funding, got the house, got like everything is in place. Every time something even seems to go a little off course or whatever, and I'll freak out, he literally reminds me like, hey, they're mine before they were yours. Like they're mine. Like, and I feel like for every parent, like, they are God's before they are ours. Like he trusted us with them to like care for them, nurture, and like all of the things. And like, what a beautiful gift, but he's got them. And like his plan is sovereign. And if they choose to follow his will, like he literally has the most good and perfect gift for them. And it is a plan to prosper them, a plan to prosper all of us. And so
absolutely,
that's what Reshma's home is.
Yeah. We got to take a break. When we get back though, I want to talk about how people can get involved from here, how we can support you in continuing the efforts through Reshma's home over there. What can people do? Because we all just want to do more, you know, especially when we hear your story, because it is so strong and powerful. So y'all don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back here. WIAB 1039, The Lindsey Beckham Show. WIAB 1039, The Lindsey Beckham Show.
.1039 WYAB.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit AmericansForProsperity.org. Be a part of positive change at AmericansForProsperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to ring partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Ream and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franz, and after 76 days of the partial government shutdown, House Republicans narrowly passing the Senate-backed DHS funding bill. Democrats had pushed for ICE and Border Patrol reforms. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more.
The House, which has been sitting on this bill that the Senate passed some time ago that funds every single agency inside the Department of Homeland Security, including the TSA, just not immigration enforcement operations. It's been sitting on that legislation because there was a concern among some hardline Republicans that there needed to be some other legislative vehicle to fund ICE and immigration enforcement. And so we've really been waiting days, if not weeks, to see what Speaker Johnson would do here.
The war with Iran now entering a third month, with talks stalled and Iran's regime now threatening to hit back on any U.S. aggression. Gas prices for Americans hitting 4-year highs, averaging $4.31 a gallon. The nation's GDP picking up in the first quarter of this year, despite
Hi, this is Rita Jensen with Remax Connection. I've been selling real estate now for well over 30 years, and I typically use Chadwick Home Inspectors. And Chad has done many home inspections for me.
They are pretty much from roof to foundation. Most people are surprised at just how thorough these home inspections can be. Been working with Rita almost a decade now. Very rarely does she let a deal fall apart. She can usually find a way to negotiate where both parties are satisfied.
RitaJensen.net.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
This Saturday night, don't miss the party of the season. It's the Kentucky Derby Watch Party at Cameron's Garage. That's right, Saturday, May 2nd, starting at 3:30 p.m. Watch the Kentucky Derby live, then keep the party going all night long. Enjoy live music from Love and Ledbetter from 3:30 to 6:30. Then the legendary Spank the Monkey takes the stage at 7 p.m. playing all your favorite alternative and hard rock hits. 2 bands, one big Derby celebration. Tickets available now at CypressPointMS.com. Just $10, but they're going to go fast. That's CypressPointMS.com. Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Need to ship something fast, print something now, or wrap the perfect gift? Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt, your one-stop shop for all major shipping carriers. We pack and ship with care, offer private mailbox rentals, copy services, create and print banners, print your photos, lamination, binding, and secure document shredding. We always have a notary available, and we do gift wrapping too. Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt across from Callaway's or online at mailroomgluckstadt.com. Stop in today and get it all done in one place.
Welcome back into the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. We are joined by Reshma Reeves. I'm going to call you by your actual last name now. And she has been telling us about Reshma's Home, her nonprofit, this big event that she's got coming up Saturday in an effort to raise money. But I would be amiss if I didn't speak of Tom and Gloria Thurman. Mm-hmm. They gave their lives and listened to God and his calling for their lives when they went overseas to Southeast Asia in order to spread the love of God and his word with people there who had never heard of Jesus before. And that's how they came to know Samuel, which is how we eventually came to know Samuel, which is how Reshma's Home came to existence. But they are absolutely saving children, the sweetest, most precious, loving children you could ever want to meet. I remember I took my phone and opened up Snapchat with the filters and they just were amazing. It was so fun for them, and blowing up a balloon and it was like they had been given gold.
Yep.
So how can people here support the efforts there? What can people here do? Monetary, or even if you feel led to go. Sometimes you don't feel led to go, but God tells you you're going anyway. I know from experience. But tell everyone tell the website, how to learn more, and what can everybody here do?
Yeah. So the website is www.reshmashome.org, and it's RESHMASHOME.org. So everything's on there, and it should be linked out. I say should be because you never know with technology, to the Instagram and Facebook and everything connected to it. But everything is Reshma's Home or the Reshma's Home, just depending on titles and all that. Getting involved is difficult when it comes to going, because of everything everybody sees in the world. So, I mean, I don't even have to get into that. Sometimes borders close and open and you just never know, but we are prayerfully going to start. Yes. Cause the visas have to get approved and all the things. For a long time, I wasn't even able to go. I finally just went back. I came back from another 3-month stay at the end of last year. So it's looking up, like we look like we're going to start being able to go easier. And that's also on the website. Like if anybody wants to just like learn more about how do I go, when can you go, like all of the things, you would just fill out a thing there and I would have to reach out just honestly and just get an individual basis of like, why do you want to go? And like, because it's a mission trip, but it's different than a lot of mission trips because like you're not going to get luxury and you're not going to have the easy, and like the roads are scary, the bathrooms are terrible, and you got to have a stomach that
and they are a country where they can persecute you if they know why you're there.
Yeah, people always say, well, will my kids be safe if they go with you? And I'm like, no, because following Jesus isn't safe, like ever. But he's always protected me everywhere I go, and I've never, unless I feel like, okay, something's off here, I've never not felt safe. Like the people there are so loving and open, but we also have to listen to our discernment. So
the airport's when you're first coming in, they question you.
Yes,
pretty hard.
it is very, and especially having a name from the culture, the religion and everything, like they want to know why I'm here, why I'm, all the things. But again, his grace has been with me every time and it's been pretty easy. So that's as far as going. And then locally, along with this fundraiser that we do. So this is a 3rd annual, and hopefully it will grow and we may even split it off into 2 a year. I'm not sure.
You still have merch?
Yes, we do have merch online, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, all of the things.
And I'm going to plug you too, because you have a website called
Fresh Their Funds.
Because a lot of that, and look, y'all can find some great stuff at some, I know.
I just took another passion of mine. I love thrifting and flipping and reselling because I love just sustainable items and clothing. And so I thought, what better way to raise more funding and awareness
so
than doing it this way?
When you support
Fresh Their Funds, the proceeds go.
The proceeds end up going towards Reshma's Home.
Yeah,
and you get cute, and you get great stuff. For really great prices.
Well, thank you. And then the other way is people, I think, always want to get behind something when there's like an event going on. But honestly, some of the biggest moves that have happened have been things like this, that like just happen and like people hear a story and they, if it's me coming and talking to a small group or of people or a church or an organization, whatever it is, I'd love to share it. But also when you know the details and you know the story, I'm an open book. So my story is not private at all. Like anything that I've gone through, I'm willing to share because I know I have authority in it now. Share about Reshma's Home, share about the realities of human trafficking, share about what people can do to stop it. And really until people know, like so many, victims that have become advocates and victorious through it is because they didn't even know that they were the victim. Like they thought this was like, I'm talking about here in the States, like a lot of people that I work with coming out of things like this had no idea that they were even trafficked. So like having these hard conversations, I mean,
the grooming that happens in this country and people don't even realize it.
Yeah. And honestly, like I have not given birth to children myself, but like having conversations with your kids, with students, churches need to start talking about this stuff too. Schools need to start, like all of the things on phones.
I was just about to say parents with phones. Go through your kids' phones.
People don't need a white van to come kidnap your kid. Like they just need access to them. And we give access. Like it's an open door when they go in their room and they close their door. I could go on and on about that. So just look at the resources. So this is getting involved in general with like combating human trafficking. But when you're here and you're thinking about Reshma's Home, it really is just sharing a little conversation, opening the door to have this conversation with kids that think that nothing can touch them. Cause I was also that kid. Like it's never going to be me, but like giving them signs and awareness of who they're talking to. Like, do they actually know this person? Like all of the things. Cause once again, it all boils down to identity and they're wanting to feel loved and seen and have that attention. And it's terrifying because like, that's the most vulnerable places. And like, we have so many vulnerable people groups around us and we don't consider it because we have money and we have this and But it doesn't matter because like we're vulnerable because we are trying to be fed through sources.
The enemy does not discriminate.
Exactly. And like we're looking to the wrong thing. So, but back to Reshma's home. So monetarily obviously is the biggest way because I can't physically ship or mail things. We do have people that sponsor the children as they get taken in. So we did recently just bring in a whole nother orphanage. The funding and stuff had gone down from it, and the kids were going to have to be put back out and placed different places. And I literally just reached out to the community that's been following Reshma's home. So like follow us on social media for these types of updates. And people started giving like no other.
On all social media.
Yes, on everything. Reshma's home. Mm-hmm. And you'll see the logo that's on your shirt with the little home. And so people being involved in the community of just getting these updates, they started giving like whatever it was. And I mean, no kid had to go back. We also opened up a medical center to where missionary doctors go in like for extended periods of time and give medical care to villagers that could never get to the city to get any type of treatment. So we have so many outreaches now. We also just took in all of Samuel's pastoral team, Agape Ministries. We train them. We have another training coming up at the end of the year that will last for 9 months. So like evangelical and pastoral, like people that have come out of different religions that literally know nothing, like funding the Bibles and the training and the teaching and like all of the things of just like what it means to follow Christ and like how to go out and share the gospel, even though you might get killed for it. Like this is how you do it.
This country is, what is it? 95, it's 3% Hindu, 95%
Muslim,
and 0.3%. And that may have changed.
It's like 1.2 Christian, but that's also including Catholicism, Buddhism. Like they group so many other, like if it's not Hindu or Muslim, like you're just grouped in together. So that's not even an accurate
One of the
take.
honors of my lifetime was cutting the ribbon on a Christian church.
Yeah. And we plant churches. I mean, and it's so cheap. It is so cheap. Obviously pricing for everything has gone up all around the world just because, well, inflation, but, literally you could plant a church for $2,400, which literally is a very basic church. And like, it's just bricks but it gets them all into a room to literally just read scripture together and be the church. Like it isn't a big production. There's no anything, which I love. Like, it's just the heart of them wanting to be.
The church is not a
building
anyway.
Nope. They're just going there to get trained to go out and get more people in the hope of the future. And so, and they put their lives at risk. And like you mentioned, Tom and Gloria Thurman, like started it years ago. And I still even get to, we actually hired the daughter of one of the people they brought into Christ. She's actually our sewing and dance instructor, and like getting to see her and the fruit of their labor and her getting to be a part of Reshma's home and like teaching our little girls, like it's the most beautiful thing. And I mean, yes, hats off to them. Hats off to Philip. Like
Gloria will always be very much a role model of mine. She's an incredible woman.
Incredible.
We got to take our last break, but y'all stay with us. When we get back, I'm going to let you tell again about all the events, how to get involved this Saturday, because I want that to be fresh on everyone's mind. Fresh. All right, y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here on the Lindsey Beckham Show. All right, y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here on the Lindsey Beckham Show.
1039 WYAB.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Grill lovers already know about Grills of Mississippi, and so should you. Grills of Mississippi carries premium Weber grills, Yoder smokers, and outdoor kitchen accessories to take your backyard cooking to the next level. Whether you're a weekend griller or a serious pitmaster, Grills of Mississippi has the brands, the knowledge, and the service to help you do it right. Turn your backyard into the ultimate gathering spot. Visit grillsofms.com today. Grills of Mississippi, where great cooking starts.
Have you thought about the cost of long-term care? In Mississippi, a home health aide can cost over $57,000 a year, and a private nursing home room can exceed $109,000 annually. Hi, my name is Cressley Pierce at Pierce Professional Agency. Long-term care insurance may help protect your savings and give you more options and peace of mind as you age. Learn how planning ahead could save you money and stress. Find me, Cressley Pierce, online today at MadisonPlans.com. That's MadisonPlans.com.
Antique Mall of the South has 14,000 square feet of pristine, clean floor space. Home to beautiful, timeless antique treasures. Antique Mall of the South is open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. Check them out online at antiquemallofthesouth.com or go to the Antique Mall of the South Facebook page. You can also read the dozens of 5-star reviews online. Come see for yourself at Antique Mall of the South in Ridgeland. Now open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. That's Antique Mall of the South, Highway 51 in Ridgeland.
Why should you choose Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating for all service or installation? Well, they purchase all parts directly from the manufacturer. All of their factory-trained technicians have been hand-selected for skill, work ethic, and experience. There are never any hidden fees or charges. Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating is dedicated to your complete satisfaction, and they're family-owned and operated. For residential and commercial service or installation, contact Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating, 601-317-0729, or make an appointment through their Facebook page.
Come on down to Ascension. Come on in, Sunday worship 10 a.m. Anywhere, Jackson, Mississippi will sing with you. Pastor Christine sharing good news. Come on down to Ascension. Join the choir. Feel God's love lifting you higher. Ascension Lutheran Church, for saving you a few.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you will destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with your host, Rick Hughes, every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. here on 103.9 WYAB. Join us every Sunday for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes, heard here on 103.9 WYAB each Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m.
All right, we have got about a minute and a half, but I'm going to let you tell about this event again, how to get involved, the website. I want to leave everybody with all of that fresh on their minds.
Yeah. So the website again is www.Reshma's Home, like on the shirt without the apostrophe, .org. All of my contact information and reaching out and getting involved and any other thing is listed on there. And then this Saturday, so in 2 days, May the 2nd, from 8 to 2 at Parkway East in Weisenberger in Gluckstadt, Madison. We will have the road shut down because it will be a 5K, a run, walk, and then also the community block party with music, inflatables.
The weather's going to be beautiful. I'm speaking it into existence.
Yes,
now.
we receive it in Jesus' name. I have not looked at it because I'm just believing that it's going to be clear skies. And regardless, the run will still happen no matter what, but we are praying for clear skies for all the other things because we definitely have a lot of fun stuff lined up. And so we definitely want to invite everybody out. It's a free event.
Family friendly. Get your kids out.
Yes. Get your neighbors out. Get your enemies out. Everybody come out and it'll be a great time.
God loves us all.
Yes. And if you can't make it out to the event, make sure you follow us on everything to keep up to date on trips and all the things of how we can stay involved and
I'm going to share, there's a video of your story and I found it last night. I've shared it before, but I'm going to share it again.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to post it in the link here on the streams that we have been streaming to, so that if you want to know more about the backstory, Reshma's upbringing and how this really is truly a full circle.
Yeah.
I would love for you to check that out because it's a miracle what God is doing through you and through your life and through Samuel and Southeast Asia and Reshma's home. Thank you so much for coming in. Y'all get out Saturday. Don't miss it. It's going to be a great event. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. See you then.